Okay, if you're seeing this clip, it's because I've completed the shooting gallery, and so I thought it would be interesting to see the shooting gallery as a work in progress. Originally I had it here, but I thought I'd run out of space, so I picked the whole thing up and moved it over here, and this is where it currently stands. It'll be interesting to see how it compares to the finished deal. Here's where I'm going. I'm going to make people stand in a specific spot, which will probably be somewhere like about here. This is fantastic. This is an actual shooting gallery as part of the Nuka World set. Unfortunately, even though it's got an actual high score, which it remembers, and these go up and down, I can't integrate it other than looking pretty. You can play this, but there's no way to take score. I can't make it trigger automatically, and that's true of all of these. So for now they're just there for pretty, although this one I might actually be able to do something with. What I'm doing with this one is I have a ball release. If you've seen any of my race videos, you can just see the ball there, and it's going to go through the hoop, which is an actual trigger. This staircase and everything will be gone, and it works. It does actually work. If I can actually just trip the trigger, and you can see it, and that puts the light on at the top. I always do things like that to let me know that it's working, and in fact it's constantly tripped now, so I have to keep an eye on that. So say it permanently trips like that, it's supposed to spring back and that light goes off. Yeah. So I obviously don't want it to continuously score like I was worried about this in the previous video. So this is where I currently am. This is all working as it was when it was in the other area. I got it behind this kind of little area. I had these flashing originally, the green and whites, but I kind of like them permanently when you're far away. And I have a trip here, and I've got a little problem with the trip at the moment because it just sends a blip of electricity. It's not permanently on or off. So if I sent, because originally I was going to have it release the ball here, or even balls, I might even have several up there. If it only blips it, it doesn't open the gate long enough. So I need to put some sort of like timer in that says I've got a blip, open the gate, but if I power the timer it starts straight away. So it's a breakdown in my logic, and I'm going to try and have my wiring come across like this, in so much as there's a forward and a back. It doesn't do that in Fallout, so I have to remember which is power and which is data. Power going into that is obviously power, coming out of it, although it's again power, it's going to be data. So I should have covered this probably on the main part of the video. But yeah, this is where it currently stands. That does actually work. That does actually trip. Yeah, you can't see it because I've put a wall in the way. But there is a little green light just there. That it all works. It's just deciding what I'm going to do with it. And then dress everything up. And obviously I'm going to have things in the front here as well. And maybe stuff up the top. Just little subtle things. Yeah, so this is where it currently stands. I've probably put about 2 or 3 hours in total into this now. I doubt I'd spend more than 10 hours in total on this whole thing, because ultimately I'm just going to tear it apart anyway. Yeah, we'll go back to the main video. I thought you'd like to see a little work in progress. And so I think the shooting gallery is done. It's as far as I'm going to take it, given that I'm going to strip it apart. I did notice that the build area in Nuka World Red Rocket is huge. It's much bigger than Starlight Express, Starlight Drive-In or whatever it's called. And so yeah, but before I go any further, just want to show a quick clip of something interesting that happened to Mannequin. So we'll cut to that and then cut back to this. And so yes, as I just said, something interesting happened. What happened? Well, I had a target set up. I'm not going to show you the whole thing yet. That's going to be for the big reveal. And I'm also working on it. Yeah, I had a target with a flamethrower, and it was hitting an armor rack in a guy with a tuxedo. And as you may know, the armor rack is under display. Yeah, this is an interesting. It's obviously a bug. Yeah, there. Simple as that. And you load him with clothing, like you know, equip him with clothing. Yeah, I burnt him and it all worked fine, and I saved and I went and did other things, and I came back to this. He's dead, but he's an armor rack. he's obviously fallen over. And you can clearly see he's an armor rack. He's made of wood. And in fact, if I highlight him, he's an armor rack. But I can't put him away. I can't scrap him. Oh, I can scrap him. Okay, wouldn't scrap before. Ah! So, for some reason, flames kill armor racks, or at least they did then. Let's see if it'll do it again. Right, we'll repair that. Right, and we'll burn him. No, can't burn him with that. That's something else, the Gauss rifle. That's a Gauss rifle, isn't it? And also the fusion cells don't work with those trips, which is fair enough, I guess. Right, we'll use a pistol. Let's see if he dies. Oh, I don't have him quite in line. Let's pick him up. Put him down. Put him down. You bastard. No, don't do that. Right. Yeah. See, he doesn't die. As he shouldn't. Because it's made of wood and it's an armor rack. So we'll leave him there. I won't bother putting clothes on him. And we'll see what happens. I'll let you know in a subsequent update. Alright. On we go. And so with all that out the way, let's see what we have here. We turn around and we've got a little entrance. It's going to make this a bit fancier, but it'll do for now. And we go inside and here's our little shooting gallery. We have a toilet, including a generator room, but there's a bigger one around the back. That's a fake generator room. There's all sorts of things playing and stuff like that. There isn't much to do. There's two or three things to shoot, and most of them you've seen. I was going to put a whole row of weapons here, but it doesn't save the position of the weapons, and they're scattered everywhere every time you reload. So that's annoying. This works, obviously. And you could actually hop over the desk here and go and play those, which are probably more fun than this. I just found my mannequin dead again. So, as I put in that video, something interesting happened. The mannequins die if you burn them. For fairness, I'm going to use a pipe pistol or 10-minute auto pistol or something like that. If you shoot this one, it burns the mannequin, but he's dead anyway. And you saw the score go up there, just to the left. Let's see if we can get the bucket. I might need about... Yep, there we go. And that score, what's it on to? There you go. So this is an actual master score. I was going to put a row of zeros here, just to make it look like a big score. And finally we got a bucket up there, and I haven't actually tested this. So let's see if that works. Oh. I'm out of ammo. Should really have practiced this one. I know that one works right. It is not knocking that bucket over at all, is it? Oh, it is. It didn't trip the paintball gun. Why didn't it trip the paintball gun? I didn't recharge it. I'm an idiot. It says empty. This is a problem with the thing. I should have repaired it. And now it'll go and splat the guy in the face. Had I repaired that, it would have gone off when the bucket fell. And so that's the only targets I put in, really. And you're going to say, well, that was pretty anticlimactic. And I tend to agree. But I want to give you a little bit of interesting... Let's wait until that finishes. I do have a master switch somewhere over here. Did I enclose it? Is it behind there? Where is it? I do have a master switch which should turn everything off 100% and then back on again. Did I put it in here? Where the hell is the master switch? Well, that's weird. Tell you what, let's take this wall away. Oh, I hid my own switch. Right, it's for employees only though, you know. I should have put it in there. Alright, you'll notice all of the lights go off. There we go. These won't go off because they're pretties, but even the open sign goes off. Everything is tied into that master switch, which in itself was a massive headache. So we'll turn that on and things will start doing stuff. It'll power up, lights come on in the background. At night especially it looks, you know, pretty nice. You always have to deal with real world things like that telegraph pole. I didn't take into account. For some reason that wall is higher because it's not tacked on the side, so I had to leave a gap there. But I also have all of this wiring, and the wiring is the biggest headache with this. Did I knock that over? See, it's already started moving. I have so much wiring to do what I did here. It's just unbelievable. And I had to keep track of it all. My original goal was to have it all neatly in a wiring room. And you just lose track of it. I've got it coming both sides, going in and out. Some of it's for lighting, some of it's for data. Look at this. I wish you could color code the wires or name them or something. They run across there, that powers the actual score. So I'm not overly bowled over by my own thing here. I do have logic in it, and I do have decisions being made all over the shop, all hidden away, tucked away. The bugginess of the wiring was by far and away the most annoying thing. In fact, I have a piece of wire there going nowhere, look. What was that off? That's weird. Yeah. And I wanted a master switch, and that made it all messy here. I had to put in I think that's fairly sure that's an AND logic. It is. So that I could switch everything off, every single thing off with one switch. And that works, at least. You know, I thought I put these in, you can't knock them over. You can't even walk up to them and knock them over. So that was something I didn't know until I got to it. The mannequin died. The wiring was full of bugs. Getting this wiring to be a master score, and it is. If you score on that one or that one or that one, it does all tie into that one score there. And I was going to use Nixie tubes, and you can't tell them what score is. There's limitations. It is a shooting gallery, and it does work. It's not visually pleasing. I'm giving myself a hard time. I was going to do a little ghost house in here, and I just thought, you know what, I think that's enough. I've spent my 10 hours on it, and I'd say about 3 or 4 of them were wondering why half my wiring wasn't working. You could go out here, put a generator, a wire up to a terminal, and then up to a light, access the terminal, and it's accessing the stuff in here. Well, it's not part of the circuit. It shouldn't do that, and yet it was. So then I started having to run wires separately outside and glitch it through the wall, which I don't like doing. I wanted it to be a really nice, perfect kind of thing. Let's get rid of this wall so I don't have to go all the way around. But yeah, there you go. It's a shooting gallery. It's in Fallout 4. It works. It actually counts up based on a 1-digit counter here, because I don't care what the number is. I only care if it counts. So I tied a lot of things into that, and then that ultimately ties into the master score here. If I was doing it all over again, I'd do everything separately. Every target would have a separate power source. Every lighting would have a separate power source. I wouldn't try and tie it into one master switch like this. So anyway, if you've seen my other videos, you pretty much know how I built this in terms of the logic. If not, go and have a look. I think in the last video I said it was video 16. It is, in fact, the last video was 15. Or it was 14. Either way, I got my numbers wrong in the last video. This will probably be the last Logic Gate video I'll do in Fallout. I don't know how much more I can do, but you never know. I might surprise myself and everyone else. As I said, the Nuka World, if you've got the DLC expansion, look at the size there. I'm less than half, and you may think, well, that's not much, but here's the thing. I've still got all of my previous tutorial vids in Nuka World still set up, not stripped anything out. I can't run at the moment because I'm overloaded. So yeah, given that I've got less than half done, and there's tons and tons of wiring here with all the previous test vids and stuff like that. So yeah, this not only is it a huge area, it's also a huge build in terms of volume, an amount that you can stick down. Yeah, so anyway, my name is Vinny Voodoo. Thanks for watching this, and take a look at my other videos if you get a moment. And as always, I will talk to you soon.